good morning. Today we come back with the continuation of what we have been saying. We have been talking about the elections next year, where we think and believe that Makebi Zulu is the most best candidate that we have so far. We have got so many best candidates. Okay? Don't get me wrong. We have got a lot of best candidates. A lot of people that were trained in the political school of our late founding father, President Michael Sata. May his soul rest in peace. A lot of students from that school of politics are best candidates. Believe me. Even if they are in PF or they have formed a different organization or a different political party, it doesn't change the fact that they graduated from the school, from the political school of President Michael Sata. We have got a lot of them. We have got, for example, we have got CF. CF is doing fine, okay? With the President Kalaba, they are doing fine. They are okay. All those are students of President Michael Sata. Late President Michael Sata. May his soul rest in peace. We have got Zambia must prosper. I mean, he's a President KBF. He's a good person. He's a good guy. He knows the Constitution. I believe, when he changed his mind to support UPND in 2021, I was believing that if he can be Attorney General, he will be better because he knows the Constitution. You understand me? But wanaikapo mdala winango, mdala watu uyu, wamine wanaikapo uyu. Maanaka? And you see these things, wamine viridi. I mean, I don't want to look like I'm accusing anybody. Maanaka? I don't want to look like I'm accusing anybody, but I know that Sembe, if KBF was Attorney General in 2021, one thing I can tell you is that we were not going to have a court case in South Africa. That one I know. We were not going to have it. You know why? Because KBF is also a student of the political school of President Michael Sata. You see? There are a lot of people who graduated from that school. Even our own late president, President Lungu, he graduated from that same school. Even Inepano, Ukadawanga emanates from there. I'm just on the low level. You know, it's not everybody who can be number one, you know. Kumankalako nama numbers yenango ya jari kumbuyoko ndiye ine, but we all came from the same school. So ine pano nikakamba kuti Makebi Zulu is the guy. Believe me. I'm telling you, believe me. Because ine pano pamene muni wana pano, I have got not only physical insight, I also have got the spiritual insight. Ninakuuzani mwe wantu kuti ine nili born again. Already ni muma politics, but I am born again. Kuja kwanda square, kuja ku Pentecostal holiness. Ndiyo kwa minaona that's why I got baptized. Man. So I'm telling you the truth. Makebi Zulu is the guy. Now, some people are fighting me They are saying that why are you not just campaigning for your candidate? Why are you mentioning other people? Because other people have got their own candidates too. Listen to me. If your candidate wins the nomination on PF or Tonse Alliance, because when I say Tonse Alliance, I am including the CF, I'm including the ZMP, I'm including the N, all those political parties who are in the alliance. I'm including all of them. I'm even including the Mdala wanga, ni wakulu wanga, no, not even, he's my parent. Mdala wasaki. Ukuuka uko, Mdala, ni wakulu. He's my parent in politics. The state council, Saki. Niwa Mdala wanga, I respect the man, you know. I respect the man. Uko kuuka uko. Konse uko yonse ma political parties yali kuuka uko. All those people, I am including them when I say alliance. Maona? So I really want you to understand me. So when I analyze all these things, all these political parties, I analyze them. There is only one thing I am coming to a conclusion. I am coming to a conclusion that if we can all come together, I'm not forgetting his constitutional lawyer, state council, John Peter Sangwa. Whoever is going to come out as a nominee, I will support them 100%. That's what I'm telling you. But if I go through all these candidates, my prayer today is that if all these people can come together and just be willing to work together, I'm telling you the truth, we are going to overcome. And in 2026, we are going to win. Olokuti even if they take the paperwork of PF, that's not going to change the will of God. That's not going to change the will of God. I'm just telling you the truth. That's not going to change the will of God. Why am I saying that Makebi Zulu is a best candidate for now, at this point in time? When I say that Makebi Zulu is the best candidate at this point of time, I am not saying that there are no any other best candidates. I am not saying that there are no other presidents who can do fine. That's not what I'm saying. I am not saying that other people cannot be good presidents. That's not what I'm saying. You see? That's not what I'm saying. You have to understand me very well. You have to understand me very well. Now, look at this situation. Let me just come back to the Bible. Maybe that way, people can understand what I'm trying to say. Let me go back to the Bible. Jesus himself, not even all of my disciples, because oh yeah, in the disciple, it wasn't Jesus. Now I'm saying I'm just quoting exactly what Jesus said. Jesus was giving an example of people who may be classified as false prophets, or false pastors, or false leaders, or false presidents, or false chairman, or false council chair, or false anything, or false refugee. Anything false. Including a false refugee. Anything false. Jesus was referring to that. So he said that Forced refugee, I think people wamuziva forced refugee. Jesus was giving an example. Kutima false prophets, because he can't use all the titles. He can't use false refugee, he can't use false pastor, he can't use false prophet, he can't use false president, false minister, false. He can't mention all those false names. So he just used one name. He said, false prophets, you are going to know them by their fruits, by their actions, by their deeds, or by their behavior, or let me say by their record. I don't want to look like I am disrespectful to anybody, because when they act like behavior, behavior ya muntu. Sometimes some people get offended when you say your behavior is not good. And maybe we should say your record, just to respect them. Jesus said, false prophets, you shall know them by their fruits. Just that word alone, it's in the Bible. It's in the Bible. I don't have all the time to quote, but you can go to Google. They'll give you a verse for that. It's in the Bible. False prophets, all of false refugees, all of false pastors, all of false ministers, all of false presidents, all of false branch chairman, all of false marketeer, all of false anything false. You shall know it by their fruits. You shall know them by their fruits. Now look at Makebi Zulu. Makebi Zulu has committed all his life to fighting for one man, one family. To him, everything else is secondary. He has to finish this battle. Have you seen? That's a record of a person that we can say, uyu muntu aonesa kudala commitment. We can marry this person. Uyu mkazi aonesa kudala commitment. Let me marry this woman. Pamina lili hapa. This woman is so faithful. There were other rich men who came to marry her. She didn't like them. She didn't fall for their money. She left them. Alimbikira kuline. I mean, who don't even have as much money as those other people. But that's where she's coming, because she's following love. Dear Makebi Zulu, I can tell you the truth. Makebi Zulu, the way he's fighting for one man is the same way he's going to fight for you. Wamaketia uko. Olo imwe, waweoda, muli kukombono uko, kuma garden, kungombe uko, kwa kanyama, konsoko nizibako. Kulubuto kundola konsoko nizibako. Kuluansha kupata matu. Kuluansha kupata matu. After I got baptized kuja ku Kaunda Square, I used to go mu evangelism, nezoenda kuja kuluansha kuja kubashimaini kumpata matu. I used to go there, all those places to preach. Vantu vambiri vaganza kuti siniziwa kuluansha. Niziwako. You see? Kukitwe, kuchingola. Konso koniziwako kuchingola. Kuchingola kwenzeba bishop watu, our late overseer. Wenze wa Musonda, wa Maxwell Musonda, late overseer. Kwa mene kuja kuchingola kuja. Wenze wa overseer, wa Pentecostal Holiness Church. Wow. Konso koniziwako. So my decisions are shaped by the word of God. So nikakuzani kuti, at this point in time, the person we have is Makebi Zulu. Believe me, the best we can do, even me, Pano, I want to become a president. Even me, Pano, I want to become a president. But I know that it's not my time. That's why I'm telling you the truth. If all these political parties, all this alliance, Uka Alliance, Tonse Alliance, if we can all come together and put our self-interest aside and choose Makebi Zulu, tizawi in my elections, I am telling you the truth. If KBF was the Attorney General, if KBF was the Attorney General, 2021 up to now, we were not going to have a case to South Africa whereby almost 5 months we haven't buried the late president. We were not going to have that kind of nonsense if KBF was the Attorney General. That's what I can tell you this. I haven't spoken to KBF. I don't even have his number. But I'm just telling you the truth. I don't have to know somebody to tell the truth. Instead of advising the president what he can do and what he cannot do, find a way. Then maybe find a conquer way. Mana? I'm not saying he's a bad man. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that that position of Attorney General needs somebody who is strong enough to even stand to the president. Somebody who is willing, even if you are we are going to fire you if you are not doing it. Somebody who is willing to say, okay, I can be fired. I'm not doing that. Man. This is why sometimes it's better to work with people who are not your loyalists. You see? Because if you're only working with people who are your loyalists, right? When you are wrong, everybody will be afraid to tell you that you are wrong. Let me give you an example. Mwaiona I problem ya constitutional amendment. I constitution ya amendment. Mwaiona problem ika. Muntu has been told by the Zambian people that we don't want to change the constitution. But here he is going ahead. Maana? Muntu has been told even by the court, constitutional court, which he himself appointed. The judges who are there, he appointed them. And those same judges who are on his side, they have said that, stop this. But sale kamuntu. Maonaka? He goes ahead to form something that is not. They didn't even go to parliament to form that inquiry committee. They didn't even go to parliament to do that. But they are going ahead to do it. And the muntu, you know, somebody is going to tell me that they didn't see the red flags. That this is what he's going to do when he comes to power. People who claim that they didn't see that. Maana? It's not like that. God is always faithful. It's us human beings who don't really understand what God is saying. But God is always speaking. Sometimes we are the ones who don't understand. We are the ones who don't really follow what God is saying. For example, let me give you an example. Using the record that is already in the public domain. Mukumbuka ku Western Province vinachitika ka? President Lungu was being taken to some place in Western Province, and the police were removing all the cars from the road so that the president can pass. This is a standard protocol. Everywhere it's done like that. Oloni Kuno, Oloni any other country, the police will remove all the motorists so that the president can pass. But muntu anaka na kuchoka road. Somebody refused to leave the road. Maanaka? Because as far as he's concerned, he was supposed to be on the road. Anaka anakuchoka parodi. Mwaona ka? Anaka anakuchoka parodi. That is the time that was a red flag. Because muniuze lelo. Tell me today, if somebody refused to leave the road, when he himself is passing, what will happen to that person? What will happen to that person? You tell me. Because nikakamba it was like, oh, nili biased, oh, nili chakuti. No. So I'm just leaving that result, that conclusion to you, the Zambian people. What can happen to that person if lelo imwe amwale o imwe bawalia olo imwe bachanda mwakana kuchoka parodi when he's passing? What can happen to you today? You tell me. Maanaka? At that time kumongu paja, God was telling you kuti uyu muntu saza chita respect constitution, saza chita respect the constitution, saza chita respect. God was telling you that. But people, we didn't understand that. We didn't know that that is what God is saying. This is why today olomumuuze chitundu bwanji akukanilani apitiliza kuchita amend constitution, even when the people have said don't change the constitution. And some people who don't even understand the Bible very well, they'll be coming here and say, God, fish twalufya, especially my mbuyas, my mbuyas, mabemba. At least I can joke with the Bembas. I can't joke with the other people, but I can joke with the Bembas. Fish twalufya malesa. Lesa fish twalufya. No, there is nothing you mwalufya yai. There is nothing in the meaning mwalufya. Ndimwe mweka, you didn't listen to when God was telling you. Just like you didn't listen to me when God was warning you in 2021. Munaona chat, oh yeah, Vapiri is just a small entity. Actually, you were saying that, oh, Vapiri is a non-entity, is a non-entity. That's what you were saying. So even if it's God who is using me to speak, you just look at my status or my stature, or he is a non-entity. God can use anything, and let me tell you. In the Bible, Jesus said, if you don't worship, God can raise stones to worship God. That's what the Bible says. So when I was warning him in 2021, people say, oh, Vapiri is just a kada, oh, he's a non-entity, oh, blah, 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 blah. But what I was warning you is the truth. Mind, I'm trying to remind you that God had been speaking to you since 2021, since 2016, 2015, God was talking to you. Munaiona behavior mweka imwe, Zambians, you saw the behavior. Muntu anakana kuchoka parodi. Because according to him, he was following the constitution in his own heart. His own heart. When the constitution inango, yamene ise Zambians stenze kuziva. Yamene ikamba kuti sanga choke parodi, ngati president apita. Sanga choke parodi. Maana, ndiye constitution yenze mumtima. So lelo, you, even if today you say that don't change the constitution, he has got another constitution in his own heart. And that's what he's going to do. Look at what he did for my eligibility. Eligibility. Look at what he did. Wakoti ruled maybe 4 or 5 times they are ruling that President Lungu is eligible. But in the mukati mumtima muli constitution inango, yamini Zambians sibaziba. Ndiyo menana ndio chita manji. Kuchinja vintu vose kuti mpaka ija constitution ili mumtima ija ichitike. Is that the person you want as your leader? Is that the person you want as a president in Zambians? And then Mairo mkakala disappointed, muyamba kudandaula, as if God has abandoned you. God has not abandoned Zambia. It is us, the Zambians, who are not listening to what God is saying. God is giving you examples. God is giving you signs. My red flags are there, but you are not listening. Now people will say, oh yeah, you are piri, you are just talking about all the records, muli biased, you just don't like the money, oh blah 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 blah, oh blah blah. It's very easy to attack me by anybody. I get attacked all the time by a lot of people. But you see, that is not the point here. Let me give you an example that is so fresh in your minds. Zambians. Let me give you an example of something that is so fresh in your minds. Okay? Zambia is a Christian nation. Are we going to debate on that one, or we all agree that Zambia is a Christian nation? Okay. Let's assume that we all agree that Zambia is a Christian nation. Munaona pa 24 pa Independence Stadium, pa Independence Day. Apostle Sunday Sinyangwe went to conduct prayers. What is wrong with the praying for the country? Muniuze kwa Zambians. What is wrong? Me, I know Apostle Sunday Sinyangwe. He was here a few years ago. Me, I traveled from New York to Maryland. I can say that journey could be compared to, I'm not 100% sure, but I can compare that journey to maybe Lusaka, from Lusaka to Chipata. Or something like that, somewhere there. I drove just to go and pray with the Apostle Sunday Sinyangwe. Imo muli ku Zambia huko, you can see him at any time. If we can only see him when he comes over here. It's a long journey. So that's why I drove from New York to Maryland. You can calculate you can ask Google, izakuzani ma miles, yamini 9, or ma kilometers. He was conducting a prayer meeting to pray for the country. What is wrong in praying for the country? Then, muntu anatuma makavakola kwenda, he sent the police to go and stop the prayers. Can you imagine? Dawa, if I give all the examples, mukamba kuto I haven't healed, I lost elections, my party lost elections, I have not healed. Okay, this is a new case. Mazambians, this is a new case. Apostle Sunday Sinyangwe, he is a man of God. He was praying for Zambia, praying for the people. Could not even other big pastors kuja kwa mene. They went to stop that meeting. It's a new thing. Ni mwamene muno mu October, not even in 2021. Because if I give an example of 2021 or 2015, people are accusing me that, Wapiri, you haven't healed from losing elections in 2021. Okay, this is 2025. And the Apostle Sanchez Nyangwe is conducting a prayer meeting. And the policemen, they go to stop that prayer meeting. Kani nichosema glass. Wakapokola banaenda kulesa ija meeting to stop prayers. And the Zambians will tell me that, oh yeah, this is bad. Oh yeah, he was not supposed to stop. Oh, he's not the one who instructed the police. Oh, he wasn't aware. All that kind of lame excuses. Let me tell you what God is saying. What God is saying is that he gave you an example. He gave you an example that this is what is going to happen. When the same person said that he cannot attend a useless day of prayer. Do you know the person who said that he can't attend a useless day of prayer? That 18 October is a useless day of prayer? Mumuziva? Zambians, mumuziva. Because I don't want to mention people's names per public. Zambians, do you know Muntana Kambakuti, he cannot attend a useless day of prayer? So God is saying to Zambians, why are you surprised that today they can stop Apostle Sunday Sinyange from praying? when many years ago, the person gave you red flags. He gave you the red flags. Kuti doesn't like prayers. God revealed that to the Zambian people. God revealed that to the Zambian people. He said, not from using his other people's mouths, or kapena using other people's media, or pro whatever media, from his own mouth. Anakabakuti, useless day of prayer. So God is asking Zambians, why are you surprised today that he can cancel the prayer meeting Yava Sunday Sinyangwe? Because to him it's useless. Why are you forcing a person who thinks that a day of prayer is useless? Why are you forcing him to start now allowing my pastors in Zambia to be praying when he has already showed you? This is why in Nakuzani, at the same time, kuja kuma Livingstone kuja, kunali bantu wama gloves ya white. Those people were praying. Swana walese. Now, you know, if I am saying a lot, many times, oh yeah, Vapiri were biased, oh Vapiri should heal, you lost elections, just heal. That's what people say. But these things, it's not me. It's not me. I'm just using the examples that are already there in public domain. Kuja ku Livingstone kuja ku Livingstone. Wajawama gloves ya white. Wanapempera buno. Nobody stopped those people from praying. Wama gloves ya white. Nobody stopped them from praying. There was no policeman who went there to stop. Kuti no, it wasn't me, I wasn't aware, and all those things. Maonaka. They prayed. But kuli wa Sunday Sinyangwe wanalesa. And then wakamba kuti, oh, I wasn't aware. If you are not aware, it means that you are not in control, and it means that the police are doing their own things which you did not authorize. That makes you disqualified to be a president in Zambia. Thank you for listening. Makebi Zulu is the guy. He has already showed us his behavior. Behavior ya Makebi Zulu taiona kudala. He can fight for a widow. He can fight for a single person. That's the same way he's going to fight for a single Zambian. That's the same way he's going to fight for the whole Zambia. Thank you for listening. God bless Zambia and God bless the USA. Thank you for listening.